Yes, this is the Daniel Saul Show, the one, the only, the greatest sports analysis and entertainment podcast on the planet. To all my viewers and listeners, good afternoon, and thanks for clicking on this edition of the Daniel Saul Show, exclusively on YouTube. And if you want to see other highlights and analysis from the Daniel Saul Show, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell, so you get notified after every video that I post. And go check out my other social media platforms, such as X, Instagram, and TikTok, as well as here on YouTube in short format. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the NBA, and specifically, we are on the road to witnessing one of the worst NBA finals of all time, the Pacers versus the Thunder. And if this matchup actually happens, it will be bad for not only the NBA, but as well as the fans, because no one wants to see this. Let's get into it. So the reason why I really don't like this potential final is because the two teams they don't do it for me. Because, look, obviously this isn't the finals yet, right? And you got to understand, we're only in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals, which, look, they're great matchups. I won't lie. They're great matchups. They have great teams in it. Pacers, Knicks, and, look, Thunder, Wolves, they're great teams. But here's the thing. When it comes to the Pacers, there's no bona fide superstar. Look, Halliburton's a star, I'll give you that. Halliburton isn't box office. He's just a star. And you know, it's funny because I know a lot of people are going to say, what are you talking about, man? You don't know what you're talking about. But let's be real here. Is he a starter for an all-star game? No, I didn't think so. So that right there just proves my point. But first of all, for the Knicks, Brunson is not a bona fide superstar either, but you got to think about it. They have multiple stars on the team that can get it done, right? They're not box office, but they're not, scrubs either. They're not barely all-stars. Brunson is one of the best point guards in the league. He's taken over the league in the past few years, and Karl-Anthony Towns gets traded from the Wolves, and now he's doing things that, we didn't think he would do in New York. And although he did not have a good series in the last series, he did not shoot well from three at all. He did show up when he needed to in the last game, and they did what they had to do. Even when Tatum was on the floor in the first few games, they beat the Celtics night after night and came back from 20-point deficits back-to-back games, and they made them look like fools. The defending champions, they made them look like fools. The Knicks are box office. The Knicks are one of the biggest teams with gross revenue in the NBA. They attract a lot of attention and money, and that's good for the NBA. The Pacers are nowhere to be found in the top 10. This is not going to be a good finals if the Pacers are in it. But the Knicks attract a lot of attention, views, money, all of it, and that's good for the NBA. And the Knicks are in the top 3. So when you look at the Knicks, automatically, when they're in the finals, think about it. They haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals in 20 years. Like, you got to understand, this team, the fans, they were climbing poles the other night because they made it to the conference final. You haven't even done it yet. You don't have a ring on your finger, and they're already losing their mind. So you got to think about it that way. The Knicks fans, their fan base, the league, the Knicks are good for the league, okay? And it's good, look, it's good for the NBA. It's good for Adam Silver. It's good for all of them. But the Pacers, what do the Pacers do? They don't attract anybody. Their own state might not even like them, for crying out loud. The team, they're not that big. Now let's get to the Western Conference Finals, when you have the Wolves and the Thunder. Now look, neither one of these teams are the Lakers or the Nuggets or one of those teams that, can, draw a lot of attention. But the Wolves, for example, have a guy who is Jordan-esque. Jordan played a certain way. And Anthony Edwards is doing exactly that. He plays nearly identical to Michael Jordan outside of exceptional three-point shooting. So if the Wolves make the finals and the Knicks make the finals, it's going to do pretty well. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be better than the Boston Celtics and the Lakers. Let's get that out the way. It's not, because the money is going to be way different. I mean, it's going to be a lot bigger of an attraction if the Celtics and the Lakers were in the finals. And the same thing with the Thunder, okay? The Thunder, Look, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing things we haven't seen before, outside of flopping. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really is not box office either. He's not box office. He's just not. And he's a top 5 player in the league. He's going to win MVP. And you know, only because they don't want to see Jokic win again. They don't want to see it. Recency bias, it's ridiculous. But Shai is not that guy. And the Thunder are a very young team and inexperienced. And in that matchup, I don't know if I could sit up here and say that the Thunder could beat the Pacers. So we're going to see the Pacers win the finals. Are you freaking kidding me? The Pacers, out of all teams, I don't see it. The Thunder are very inexperienced. We don't know if they can sit up there in the biggest of moments and take the pressure, if they can do it night after night. We don't know if they can do that. We don't know. This Nuggets team is not the same team from their championship team a few years ago. They're not the same. They just lost their head coach before the playoffs started. You have to realize something. The Pacers are very scary in the sense of they are not going to miss easy shots like the Celtics did. They're not going to do that. And so if the Pacers and the Thunder meet in the finals, the Thunder don't have experience on the Pacers. They don't have experience. Miles Turner's been in the league for years, one of the best defenders and rim protectors in the league. He can shoot now because of, you know, Steph Curry making everybody shoot. He can shoot. Halliburton can shoot with his ugly shot form, but everyone around them can shoot. The Thunder are very inexperienced. They haven't gotten it done yet, and so I just don't expect them to do that. And the Wolves are a very tough task. And if you asked me who's going to win in that series, I would say the Wolves, but the Wolves are also a better attraction than the Thunder. So ultimately, if you look at all of it, if the Thunder and the Pacers go to the finals, the NBA is going to do horrible. This is the thing. Curry's already out. Kevin Durant didn't even make the playoffs. LeBron got bounced in the first round. Like, Giannis got bounced in the first round. All these teams, all these players, all their stars are gone. You have to understand, you have to deal with the stars you have left. And so the NBA is praying, they are on their knees, praying that Anthony Edwards can do his job and actually win against the Thunder. Because if they don't, God bless the NBA, because they won't get any views. They won't get the ratings that they should. It will be one of the worst finals in the past decade. It's going to be the lowest ratings, lowest views, lowest gross revenue out of any NBA finals in the past decade. I guarantee it. No disrespect to either one of these teams. They're great teams. It's why they're in the position that they're in. But if you had to ask me what's a better finals, Knicks or Wolves, and then Pacers and Thunder, I'm taking Knicks and Wolves all day, every day, baby. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want more highlights and analysis from The Daniel Saul Show, make sure you hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell, so you get notified every time I post a video and content on my channel. And last but not least, before you get going, check out the Daniel Saul Show website. It's called thedanielsaulshow.com, where you will see all my videos that I posted relating to boxing, football, and basketball, as well as articles that I've written. Thank you so much. Until the next time.